I always had this fear to go and do other jobs because I thought that these people were better than me. And all is that as a result of porn. You need to love yourself. You need to get yourself out of that place and respect yourself. The moment I started doing that, my life changed.
So, hey everyone, I have John here. He actually was in the implementation program a while back, and he's willing to share his story and overall what he's been up to and his wins as well. So, John, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how long it's been since you left the program?
So I left the program about 2 years ago. So I joined the program July 2021, and that was one of the best decisions I ever made. And um, it was like that was like the fastest amount of growth and transformation I've ever experienced in my life within a short period of time. Like it was like an eye opener. Like wow.
Yeah,
So like lots of things I didn't even anticipate. I came to control my behavior, but I learned lots of things: rational thinking, importance of going out and meeting people, lots of things. So like I discovered it wasn't only about porn, but it was about just becoming a better man in general. You know.
yeah, nice. Thank you for sharing that. So you've been out of the program since July 2021, correct?
Yeah.
And so since then, brother, how has your life been? How has it improved? Can you share a little bit?
Yeah.
Any specific reboot capital or area that you want to talk about? What have you noticed throughout 2 years now? What have you noticed?
My self-image, number one.
Yeah,
My self-image. Like before joining the program, I was isolating. I thought that I was the worst human being on earth. Like everyone else is better than me. I couldn't like go to public places. I felt like shit. You know. But when I
yeah,
joined the program, JK was talking about you have to get out of isolation. So I said, okay, the first thing I need to get a job. No matter how crappy it might be, my goal is to put myself out there among people and do something. So ever since I started going out, meeting people, going to jobs, I started to realize that people also have their own issues and people are not perfect also. And I started to realize that, oh, I'm not doing it as bad as I thought I was. And I was applying all the other things that JK was teaching, like it's the recommendations from the books, his live sessions and stuff. And I started what I did, I applied everything. I really, really, really like implemented this stuff. I was reading A Guide to Rational Living. I really implemented this stuff at my job. I'm gonna learn this thing and go to the job and apply it. And then I noticed my self-image started changing because I kept on putting myself out there in uncomfortable positions and among different peoples and different communities. And my self-image just exponentially changed, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna say number one thing is my self-image and my confidence.
wow. Thank you for sharing that. So before, your self-image was pretty much low self-esteem, right? That's pretty much what you had.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
terrible, man.
And that's common, right? I think the typical porn addict has some kind of low self-image or low self-esteem. So that's good, man. So you went from that to kind of being socially awkward to low self-esteem, pretty much self-loathing to, man, like you actually put in the work. You went from
Yeah,
positive thinking, challenging your thoughts, and
yeah,
putting yourself in situations to challenge those thoughts, which
yeah,
is good, man. That's awesome. That's scary, right? I know
yeah,
how it is. That's some scary
yeah.
shit to do.
Because like people over here, for example, in Paris, they get social very early in life. That's part of like their culture. Like from when they're kids, 5, 6 years old, their parents bring them around different people for them to get used to it. So me coming over here, being I've been isolating all my life and then just going out there and just meeting people for the first time in my life. People notice that you have low self-esteem and you're socially awkward. So people try to take advantage of that. They try to like bully you because they know you don't understand social cues and stuff. They try to like say things to piss you off. I went through so much racism because people realized that I don't know if I can mention this stuff here, but people they realize that there are lots of things they do that I didn't realize, because I was socially awkward. I didn't really know. So they took advantage of that. And what really helped me was I had a community, which is the Portable community, and I had my special APs that I got in the Portable program. So I always
Nice,
came back to them for support.
dude. That's
So
awesome, and I know
yeah,
what you mean. And people do take advantage of not. I would say that comes from an unconscious level because they just do it because they kind of gravitate towards those type of people that that feed off that energy, if you will. So once you kind of have that awareness and like, you know what, I respect myself enough to not be around those people, then that's where they call you the asshole, right? You're the bad one now. For
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. And you know, sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
There
go
was a
ahead.
guy that was in the implementation also. JK interviewed him also. His name is Daquan. So I reached out to him to become my AP. He really, really, really saved my life.
Oh,
Like we formed, we started talking regularly. He was really there for me. And like I said, I didn't respect myself. I didn't love myself. So I was always around those people. I thought that was the norm. But the one kept putting it in my head like, look, you need to love yourself. You need to get yourself out of that place and respect yourself, you know. And the moment I started doing that, my life changed, you know.
nice, man. I remember Daquan. Yeah, I'm about to say how
Yeah.
is he another time. But yeah, he was in the program as well. I remember him.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's good, man. I feel like that's a major win, and having taking back your power, right? Not giving it away and making yourself small, which is huge, man. Thank you. So how
Yeah.
has that affected your career? I know you mentioned like you put yourself in jobs, right?
Yeah.
Has your job changed, or where did you start and where did you end up in career wise?
So when I came over here, I have a chemical engineering degree from Nigeria. So when I came over here, my mom kept putting it on me that, you know, I should um I should go to school, go to college. That's fine. But I had a secret behavior with PMO that she didn't know about.
Yeah.
And for me, that was the most important thing in my life to get out of this behavior. And she didn't know about that. So I said, okay, I need to make my own decision. So I said, I'm not gonna go to college. I'm gonna just go get any job and just start any job, you know, just to put myself out there. College is also putting myself out there, but it was not time for college yet. I would have to wait for like 6, 7 months. I just went and got myself different crappy jobs. You know, I was working in a small restaurant. You know, I washed dishes, I baked cakes, and then I switched to sweeping the streets. I took care of animals, I cleaned tunnels, and then
Hey,
I spent 1 year there, and it was like the lowest job here in France. It was like job for handicapped people and people that came out of jail and all sorts of stuff.
yeah.
And then I did that for 1 year, and then when I saw my self-image started changing, when I didn't I always had this fear to go and do other jobs because I thought that these people were better than me, and all is that as a result of porn. But ever since I got off porn, I started like developing my self-image, and I started forcing myself to go out there. So I saw what all these people were doing. I was like, wait a minute, like this, I can do all these things also, you know. So and then I moved from over there. I went and applied for a job in a hotel as a receptionist. So I worked over there for 1 year. And the reason why I went there also is to put myself out there and to get rid of my social anxiety because in hotels you meet almost 100 people a day, different people.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I worked in a hotel for 1 year and then I took a course, and that boosted my self-image also because you meet successful people and rich people, and I was like, wait a minute, like I can do what they're doing, so it boosted my self-image. So after being 1 year in that, and then I took a certification course in product management. I completed that, and then now I'm searching for a job in product management.
Wow, bro. That's such a like I know it may seem like you said it like, yeah, but that's a big deal, right? You put yourself through a quote unquote crappy job, even to at that time to pay for the program, right? That's what you were doing. And then you kind of transition, right? Because you were ready to face certain things in your life. And the
Yeah,
social anxiety, I was like that as well, man. I was the one that would cancel on my friends and were like, nah, I feel self-conscious, right? Or whatever reason I came up with. Hey, bro, that's awesome, man. Congrats. That's not an easy thing to
oh,
face, especially when you're just accountable to yourself, right? And obviously a accountability partner, but when the implementation, it's more it's on you mostly. And
yeah,
the fact
yeah,
that you did it, bro, that hats off to you, man. That's
yeah, man.
amazing.
Yeah, like you cannot, someone can only help you as long as you help yourself. And like the Quan taught me, the most important skill in life is self accountability, being able to be honest with yourself and accepting the world for what it is and being just accepting reality for what it is, you know. Coming to France, I invested my last 1,000 euros in the program. That was all I had.
Yeah.
And I was living with my
Yeah.
mom and my brother in the same room, and my brother was paying the rent for us, you know.
Wow.
So I
Yeah.
could have gone and bought different clothes and gone to the club. But I said, wait a minute, if I do this, where am I going to be 5 years from now? You see what I'm saying?
And I felt like that was a investment worth worth paying,
That
huh? Yeah.
that investment is priceless. What I get from this program, I'm gonna use it up to the end of my life. So I've met people that are like some of the best people I've met in my life. Daquan, these
Yeah.
are the guy Jibril I met in the implementation program. These are people that have like, if I don't get anything from the program, just meeting these two guys
Oh,
is worth more than what I paid for.
damn. No, I believe that, man. You build those AP, you could take your
Yeah,
relationship to the next level, and it really becomes something intimate that
yeah,
I see the power of it because you guys share really vulnerable stuff between you
yeah,
three.
yeah.
And it's kind of like you guys become soundboards, right? Nobody's really coaching
Exactly,
unless you ask
exactly.
for advice. Yeah.
Exactly. And it even hits different when you meet your APs for the first time in life because these are like the people that you were really intimate with. So Jibril came to France. I met him in implementation. He came to Paris
Oh yeah.
last year. So he
Nice.
just came. He came to London. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm coming to Paris." I was like, "Awesome. Come, I'm gonna go grab you." So he came 5:30 a.m. I went to the train station and I grabbed him, and I took him to where he was staying. We hung out for almost 1 week in France. It was like one of the best feelings I ever had because just meeting that person in life, it was like a breath of fresh air. Like it's
Yeah.
been a while. I've never met someone that I've really been intimate with in my life, in real life. And meeting him, it was like awesome. Like we got to chill in person for like 1 week, doing different things.
Yeah. Yeah. Jabril. Shout out to Jabril, man.
Yeah.
I still talk to him.
Awesome, awesome guy.
Yeah, awesome guy. I know who he is. Yeah, he's very inspirational. He posts some good stuff. I
Yeah.
remember. So
Yeah.
hey man, I'm glad I did see that post. Like he made a post. I don't know if you were still in the group or not.
I was
He
not
had
in
a
the group.
picture.
that
Yeah, picture. So that was you then. Oh my god, that's
was
crazy.
that was
Yeah,
me, man. That was
small
right
world.
by the Antidote.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's beautiful, guys. You could get to meet your accountability. I know most of it's online, but when you get to meet someone, I feel like it's even better. I feel like so.
it's it's like it's a whole different level, and that's a good idea for you guys also. If you can organize something like that even once a year, it's gonna be
Oh,
awesome.
it's in the works, brother. I know. I'm not gonna say so not too much, but JK has something like that in the works. So
Definitely
we'll keep you guys posted on that. So
awesome.
yeah, John. So how would you? If a brother's watching this, right? He's listening. He's like, man, you know what? I'm in your shoes, John. When I was, I have a crappy job. My self esteem is low. I relate to you, but I'm scared to invest. Like I want to. I can't do it. Like something's stopping me. What would you tell that brother?
Okay, what I would say is this: it's so hard that I can't even put it into words, but what I'm gonna say is don't think too much. There are things that you don't see and you don't understand. Just by being a human, you can only think based on what you already know and your experiences. So what I'm gonna say is take the risk and just invest. Don't think, just do it. And that's gonna be the best decision you've ever made. Don't think about how it's gonna be the best decision. Don't think about what you're gonna learn and all these, because your level of thinking is not there yet. You're like in a hole that you don't know you're in, and
Hmm.
someone is outside looking at the whole world, and you don't even know the whole world exists. And let that guy pull you out. You cannot see it. Let him just do what he does. And if you don't do this, you're gonna regret your whole life. Because this introduces you to an aspect of yourself that you've never known and had existed. And I'm gonna say, Pond Reboot Group, these guys are really genuine. You guys are really, really genuine because you tell people stuff that are really, really, really gonna help them. Some advice might be tough, but it is what we need. And
Yeah,
I'm gonna say genuine. Pond Reboot is genuine. That's what I'm gonna
it's
say. I'm
genuine.
gonna say
Nice.
invest. Yeah, Pond Reboot is real. That's what
Thank
I'm
you
gonna
for
say.
that. And that was funny. I was gonna ask you, how would you describe Porn Reboot in one word? So I'm pretty sure you used genuine.
Genuine.
Yeah,
Ponrywood is
genuine.
genuine.
Yeah.
Ponrywood, yeah, yeah, genuine, real,
Yeah.
compassion, loving, helpful, life-saving,
Nice.
incredible, liberating.
No, thank you for those kind words, brother. It really does mean a lot because I know you're right. Because in the beginning, you don't see it. Like you're right.
Yeah.
Your awareness is not there,
Oh,
and you just have to put one foot in and
yeah,
one step at a time, and you
yeah,
start to see like even you turn your slips and relapse into data. You start to see that data. You're starting to understand that, oh, it's not really. the porn is just my maybe some habits I need to change. Yeah, and
Yeah,
maybe there's some hurts I need to address, some trauma I need to address, uh,
yeah,
and then some things I need to face too, some fears I need to face. And
exactly,
if you don't face those fears, you're still gonna keep on that cycle. So it's really choice at the end of the day. And
definitely.
I appreciate that, man. That's so true.
And
So true.
also, implement. Don't just join the group and just start chilling or whatever. No, implement. Because if you chill, you're not gonna, you might not expect the reason why I speak so highly of portable is because I was out there in the fields, man. I was
Yeah.
in the war front. I was in the battlefield, man. I was in the trenches. I took all these things and I went out there and I implemented that shit. And that's why I'm getting the results I got. So
Not for I believe that, man. And even how you show up in this call, man. Even your presence is more confident. Like you speak right. You like you actually did it, so it's gonna come out like yeah. Yeah.
and
There are lurkers, right? And we always we always encourage like, hey, man, like you're gonna see all these people like John here, Daquan, right, Jabril, uh, Dominic. You remember Dominic? All
I
these
know
people.
Dominic. Dominic, he was my AP also,
Oh yeah,
and I do a
there
lot
you
of
go,
implementation.
Dominic. He's a Reba hero now, by the way. And
Oh wow,
yeah,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. And
Oh,
all these
awesome.
people, yeah, all these people are gonna grow, and you're just looking, and you're gonna build resentment to yourself, and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should start.
Yeah,
And that's what we encourage, right? We're not there to shame. You're like, hey, bro, you still
yeah.
win. It's not that
That
we're not comparing, but hey, you could be here with
exactly,
us. Yeah. So
exactly. Dominic helped me a lot. Dominic was the one that really started teaching me about women. Even though
hey,
he was younger than me, he really taught me about women. At the beginning, I was like, what the fuck? How is this guy younger than me and teaching me about women? But I said, yo, man, put your ego away and just learn. So
yeah,
him and Daquan, they taught me about women. They taught me about self-love. They taught me about manhood, in
yeah.
general.
That and that's what we lack, right? Some masculine, some fucking masculinity, and that's
That's all some guys need, man. Some
yeah,
guys just need that just masculine presence in your life. That's all you need, you know.
yeah. All right, John.
And
No,
coming
go
from where I come from, like seeing what I've been through and where I come from, that's why I speak highly of you guys because the amount of change I made in 2 years, that's what really gives me this energy and optimism of where I'm gonna be in 3 or 4 years because like I know where I'm from. I know where I was doing what I was doing 2 years from now. Like I was
Yeah,
basically like stealing food where at my job. And I
man.
got fired from a job because I was stealing too much food and I had no much food. I had no food to eat.
Oh man, that sucks.
So there was like at the beginning, the boss was watching me, but he wasn't talking. He was like, "This guy is hungry. Let him eat." But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, he was like, "Man, fuck you, man. You're doing too much." So
Hey, yeah.
and then seeing I'm going to events with billionaires now. You know, I
Okay.
used to attend this type of high end events, and I'm seeing what these people are doing. I'm learning stuff from them. I'm seeing where so and all these ideas I got from you guys. So that really makes me happy. So yeah,
Hey man, that's what we love. We encourage you guys, even when you guys leave the program, to keep growing, even if it's not with us, right? Like, hey, keep going. Like it's don't stop because when you stop, you're gonna feel the need to go back to your old ways, right? So
exactly, man.
you just gotta
Exactly,
keep moving forward, brother. So
exactly.
John, I really
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
you sharing, catching us up with what you've been doing these past couple years. And time goes by fast, man. As
Oof.
you, yeah,
Fast.
time goes fucking fast. We're 2024, first interview of the year, right here, and I fucking love it, bro. Thank you for sharing. And
Definitely,
John,
man.
any last words before we sign off here?
Um, what I'll say is that I really appreciate you guys. I really love you guys. Um, I can't imagine what my life is gonna be without you guys. It's definitely gonna turn out so differently. So you guys really, really helped me. Like migrating from my country to over here in France, you were the guys that I had, and it's because of you guys that I overcome most of these obstacles. Because I go out there, I experience so many tough situations every day. But when I come back, I use you guys' tools and knowledge and community. That's like my weapon against all these bullies and all these people that really, really did a lot of shit to me. So definitely, I really, really love you guys and appreciate you guys. Yeah,
Of course, man. We love you too, brother. That's why we do this.
yeah,
And
man.
thank you for there. Thank you, John. So hey
Definitely.
everyone, thank you for listening. And I'll see you guys in the next interview. And as John says, fucking implement, brothers. That's the only way to see the other side. And I hope
Go
to
out there
see
to the trenches, man.
and hope to
Go
see
to the
some of
war
you.
front, battlefield.
Yeah. I hope to see some of you in the group. and start up 2024 strong, guys. So, all right, see you in the next one.